Where are we going?
Madame LaLaurie's house, the oldest bar in America.
I think it's the oldest bar in New Orleans.
Oldest bar in New Orleans. And Laura, what's the other thing?
Eventually, I'm going to the observation deck at the top of that thing.
All right. We're trying to get those three things done. The bar that we're going to is an old blacksmith shop that they turned into a bar. It's called Lafitte's, and we got to get a purple drink, they say. This is Lafitte's bar. It is the oldest bar in New Orleans, and a lot of famous people have come here. As you can see on the wall, all the famous people that came and had a drink here. This was originally a blacksmith shop built between 1722 and 1732 by Nicholas, I believe, II. It's a very interesting little place to come check out. You can find it in between Bourbon and St. Philip Street, right on the corner.
So I think it's going to be like a frozen. Do we want one or two?
We'll just do one.
If you're into really sweet drinks, this purple drink is probably for you, but it's not really what I like to drink. But at the same time, it was extremely hot this day, so it did cool us down. So we did not read the sign that says cherries soaked in 190 proof alcohol. We recommend that you read what the cherry bombs are on the sign on the jar of them before you try them, unlike how we did, because we did not know these were cherries soaked in 190 proof grain alcohol. It was just, wow in your face. Also, it wasn't exactly what I expected. I expected to come into something that was like a blacksmith-themed type bar, and it's just basically they just slapped a bar in a black shift shop.
What do you think about that purple drink?
Super sweet.
Super sweet.
Super sweet.
What about the cherry bombs?
Terrible.
190 proof soaked cherries. Didn't know that until after we ordered them,
Yeah,
though.
surprise.
Now we're heading over to the Ree Mansion. You can find this on the corner of Royal Street and Governor Nicholas Street.
I think her husband was a doctor, and I think
Slightly remember this.
What's that?
I slightly remember this
Yeah,
story.
I think her husband was cutting apart people and like trying to sew them back together to see if it would work, shit like that, while they were alive. It was not a free health clinic, that's for sure.
It was
Very gruesome things went down behind these walls.
It's crazy to think that there was people just, casually walking down the street right here, and in these windows there was a person chopping other people up. And no matter where you go in the French Quarter, you're always going to run into something that's just a little bit extra. For example, this bicycle with no tires on it. So we came across this place called Suds and Duds, and we have a Suds and Duds back in Greensboro, North Carolina, where we're from, and we had to go in and see if it's the same kind of place, but it was not. The one we have back home is actually a laundromat with a bar.
How are y'all?
And as you can see in this video that we did back in Playa de Carmen, Laura is wearing her Suds and Duds t-shirt.
Now we're going back to another place Mike and Melissa found the other day that serves pizza and beer for happy hour up until 6 p.m. that is dirt cheap. At least for the French Quarter, it's dirt cheap.
At this point, we're getting really hungry, so we're going to head over to this pizza place. I believe it's called the Treehouse, which Mike and Melissa found the day beforehand. They said they do a great happy hour special with a slice of pizza and a beer for $5. And this place is located on the corner of Rampart Street and St. Anne Street. Laura was not the biggest fan of their pizza, but I thought it was really good.
with my cheese slice.
Definitely look that up. Best barbecue I've ever had.
It is.
What do you think about that pizza?
You don't want to ask me about the pizza.
The decorations in the place were really over the top, like awesome. Right next to the Rampart Treehouse, where I've been looking for a strainer all day, there happens to be a complete restaurant supply store on the second floor of an Ace Hardware randomly next door to it.
New side quest. We need a strainer for what I'm cooking for dinner tonight. So let's go find that. Kitchen strainer, side quest, engage.
This is looking in the back room.
Side quest complete. Laura likes to call it. Another pro tip. If you're going to walk in New Orleans, be on the south side of the buildings. That way there, you're not in the sun like we are right now. It's extremely hot if you're on the north side of the building.
Vitamin D.
The south side's where it's at. So this is what the strainer was for.
Under the lighting doesn't let the food look like much because it's so dark, but at the same time, it was really good. This is like a birria style like meat that I've been cooking, slow cooking all day long, and then like I did a mango salsa for it, and then we fried up some tacos.